Well, happy Friday, and I am so glad to be saying that to you. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to be going live today, and yeah. So first of all, welcome to Electronic Campfire number 20 here on the Pal Detect Show in the brand new studio, which I haven't even given you a tour yet. I feel terrible about that, but I am shooting it tomorrow, so you can expect a studio tour to come up this week. Now, before I continue, let me just check and make sure I'm even live right now. I have had nothing but problems from January 1st until today. I mean, every day there's been a problem with something. So let me just check and see if I'm live. Hold on one second. Yeah. Okay. Let me now go over. Hold on one second and check here. Okay, so minor problem, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm dealing with really bad software. Ecamm is terrible, and so it's difficult to change the font size. It's hard for me to see it. So hold on, let me switch windows here. Oh, whoa, Mr. Jarble. I didn't miss that. I saw that. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. It means a lot to me. Okay, who do we have here? Michelle from New York City. Hello. We've got Eric. We got Jack Warner. How you doing? From Boston, UK. I didn't know there was a Boston in UK. Let's see. Let me scroll down. Here we go. Montreal. We've got, let's see, Zemi, Neil, Ben. How are you doing? Coming to me from Paris Fashion Week. Big shout out to Benjamin Kanarick. Awesome photographer. Takes Fujifilm to the next level. Welcome, sir. It's an honor to have you here. All right, let me get my notes. Let me get settled. I got so much to tell you. I'm really excited about this. It has been, and when I'm not a superstitious person, okay? But this year has been insane. I mean, it started on January 12th, I think. We had a tree fall on the house, right? I think I made a video on that. We all got the lovely COVID. That was a lot of fun. And then just yesterday, okay, you see this little thing? Do any of you have one of these? All right, let me show it to you if you don't. This thing right here, okay? And I plugged it in. Okay, this had 2 entire videos worth of footage, okay? I plugged it into my computer, and the computer said, corrupted drive, cannot read it. And it took me about 7.5 hours to fix it. I'm making a video on this, and it's most likely going to go up on Monday, and it's going to be for Tech Monday, but it's for photographers on how to deal with not just a little problem like, oh, whoops, I accidentally deleted some files off an SD card. You can get recovery software for that. I mean, you just Google that. That's not hard. What's hard is when a computer cannot read the drive at all. And I was able to recover it, but I lost a lot of time on it. And in fact, that Fujifilm Instax video was the footage that was lost. And by the time I was able to recover most of it, that was the day that camera was, launched. And this was the first time in the entire history of the channel where Fujifilm sent me a product. They sent me a camera and told me that I could release the information about it and talk about it and review it the very day that it came out. A lot of big YouTubers get that privilege. I've never had it. I always get the gear later. It goes on down the line until it gets to Pal Detect. Well, I got the Instax Mini 12. I mean, come on, all right, it's not an XT6, let's say, but it's still a cool camera. And I was so excited to produce that video and to have it for you on that day. That morning, this thing crashed right before I could publish it to YouTube. So I had to go back in, recover it, and a lot of my edits were gone. And so, honestly, it's not the greatest video. It was rushed and not one of my better videos, but I got it done. So that's coming. So anyway, a lot of bad luck this year, but I think the tide is finally turning. We have the new studio. I'm really excited to tell you about that. And I'm going to show you one little thing in just a few minutes. Let me just take a quick peek here to see who's here. All right. And I have everything's in different places. So if I seem a little scatterbrained today, give me a break just for today. You can hold me to it on the next live stream, which I'm planning in every 2 weeks to do an Electronic Campfire. This is number 20. What do we have here? George Theodore, thank you. Let's see if I can make this work. Thank you so much. This is awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Awesome. I really appreciate the support. I hope that balloon and horn thing worked. Okay. So, Blue Tag, how you doing? Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Okay. No more. How do you turn the balloons off? Okay. No more donations. You keep your hard-earned money. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Now, I'm going to do a full studio tour for you that you're going to go right in. I'm bringing you right in behind the scenes. You're going to the VIP room, okay, in my video. Now, I did a studio tour for Palditech Backstage. They've already seen it, but I'm going to take some, not all, but some of the footage from that, and I'm going to build on top of it and really go in depth into why I redid the studio, from that perspective, why it was necessary to do that, and what I did with a focus specifically on lighting and on sound. So both of those two things, plus background changes and things like that. But really, I want it to be a tutorial on lighting and why I changed it up the way I did. So that is coming. I'm shooting that this weekend. And there's lots of little Easter eggs in this studio. And one of the things I wanted to do, I'm just going to tell you this now. I'll probably mention it in the studio tour, but because you're here, I want to share it with you, and I'm so excited to share it with you. One of the things that you should do for yourselves, if you're ever redesigning something or you're building something for you, put something in there that you're really excited about, but doesn't necessarily ever get seen by anyone. Because just the knowledge of seeing that and knowing that that's there, kind of just every now and then you'll spot it and you'll be like, yeah, oh, cool. And you'll feel this sense of pride in what you did. Let me show you what that was for me. So I got to turn this Sony camera on, okay? Hold on a second. All right. Knowing the luck I've had, I don't even know if it's going to work. All right. Let's see if we have something. Oh, whoa! We've got picture! Okay, so what I need to do is I'm going to show you something that... Can everybody see me? Okay. I'm going to show you... George, thank you so much again. Okay, thank you. I'm going to show you something now that's on this wall here that you can't see because it's always out of frame, right? The Gear Iguana Hall of Fame is right over there on this side, but the new studio, I've got something on this side. All right, let me show it to you here. All right, switching cameras in 3, 2, 1, boom. All right, we are going into audio off here. And let's do audio follows video. Boom. Okay, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope we have audio. All right, I am switching over. We are now, there's the back of the studio. Can you all see that? Okay, here we go. Turning up. I have a TV showing 2001 24 hours a day in this studio. That's it. That's the only thing that ever plays on it, and it just plays on it it just plays in repeat all the time. 2001. No, you can't see it. Rarely will you see it unless I shoot something where, there's a camera this way. But I just wanted that. I know that's crazy. I know it makes no sense, but, makes me happy. Aaron, how you doing? Aaron J. Anderson is here, sitting in a Cracker Barrel in Orlando. You travel. Aaron is a professional traveler. I got to get tips from him. Every single day he's in another city. Great to see you here, pal. Really great to see you. Paula, how you doing? How you doing? Okay, I got to get this. See, I already have equipment problems because my comments are displaying here and I keep having to do like I'm watching a really fast tennis match. Okay, so I'll get this live stream thing fixed up. This is a whole new setup. Let me just show you on the other side since I've got the camera, okay? So on the other side, we have the Gear Iguana Hall of Fame. Thank you so much for all your support. We now have a stormtrooper in the studio. Yeah, Well, anyway,
and then some more stuff. Now, as you can see here, I wanted these three things for the studio: the Palditech plate, my dad's license plate, I love TV, and of course, none other than your iguana.
The problem was how to light it, and I'm not going to get into too much detail now, but it all comes down to this spotlight
right here that is above the TV showing 2001. This spotlight shines, boom, to there. Okay?
So anyway, that's enough of the new studio. We've got some other topics to talk about. How did these Sony cameras turn off? Okay. All right. How are you all doing? This was the right decision. I almost wasn't going to do this today, and my wife kind of had to prod me to do it because she's like, you haven't done a live stream in a while. You know, your audience may miss you. I don't know if that's true, but I thought I should do it. David, oh my gosh, you did not need to do that. Thank you. Wow. Okay, David Bargetti. Yes, thank you so much. Okay. I'm really trying to recognize when people contribute. It's because it just kind of mixes in, but I don't want to miss it. So, all right, we got to get to the next topic. Today's video. I do need to have a conversation with you about that. So I published a video today entitled Photography is Everywhere, and I got some comments on the video that I want to address. Okay? First of all, to anyone that was able to comment, because YouTube actually shut down the comments because the video has children in it. I talked to YouTube support, and they actually disabled comments because the video, I guess, had kids in it, and I had to keep re-enabling them. So I would re-enable the comments, then they'd get disabled 20 minutes later. Then I'd re-enable them and back and forth. So I'm sure a lot more people commented than I was able to see. But to all of those that did comment, I do want to say thank you. I respect all points of view, but I do want to talk about that one aspect of this is, why did I make it a sponsored video? Okay, why? I mean, it's this beautiful kind of family, personal, deeply personal video. Okay, first off, I didn't plan that to happen. And what wound up happening, I have been one of those people that I love showing changes over time. I have footage of my kids running at Disneyland to Small World. And there's an area where you can run straight to Small World. And I have video of them when they were toddlers, barely doing it, growing up. Every time we'd go to Disneyland, and I would have them run to Small World, and I would be following them, the dad I am, with the camera. And I just thought, this was 10 years ago. I thought, one day I'm going to put that together and show them growing up through time, running to Small World. And so I think like that. And so this video I had in my mind to make when I first taught my daughter how to ride a bike. I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could come back here and show it again and feel it again. There's something about that connection with the past, but I never acted on it. I never took the next step. So Capture One contacted me out of the blue, and they said, we got 2 videos we'd like you to do, and we'll pay you for it, sponsored videos. But we want them to be different. We don't want you to just sit down and go, well, hi, here's Capture One for the iPad. We don't want that. Everybody does that. We want you to tell a story. And they sent me links to videos that they liked. So I looked at what they liked. And these were videos where they're like 10 minutes long and really professionally made. I mean, awesome videos. But they were, the type of videos all kind of looked similar to me. And they were all very polished. They were like, a shot of a mountain range in Iceland, and then a stream, or this incredible high fashion, production shoot. Sorry, Benjamin, in the Paris runway. All of these really kind of far out, high mountaintop things. And the theme of the campaign was photography is everywhere. And so I thought, well, wait a minute here. I want to talk to the people that aren't or can't go to Iceland. I want to talk to and reach the people who maybe they're stuck at home, maybe they don't have the money, and maybe they think their lives are boring or that they don't have anything to share. I want to reach them. And so I pitched that idea to Capture One, and they said, great, shoot it, do it. So I started filming it, and I went down there and I shot some footage of ducks and stuff like that. And as I started shooting it, I forgot about Capture One altogether, and I just started making the video I always wanted to make. And I told this to Backstage already, the challenge that I had was when I brought it into the editor, right? I realized that I had two different movies here. I had this deeply personal family story, and then I had, this is Capture One for the iPad. And I had to merge them together. And it does, I'll be honest with you, there is a bit of a clash, for sure. But and the other thing was, it's not a long video. It's like less than 5 minutes or just at the 5-minute mark. And so I thought, well, I'm going to make the video I want to make, and either Capture One's going to love it or they're going to hate it. And so I made the exact video I wanted to make. They had no input at all on it, but at the end of the day, they paid me. They're supporting the channel. It allows me, it gives me the opportunity to make more videos. And so the dilemma I came faced with was, do I scrap that and make a different video, start over and make a different video, and tell another story and keep the family personal stuff for my own thing? And no, I didn't want to do that. And the reason I didn't want to do that was because I'm really proud of that video. I am. The shots just came out right. And the reason they came out right is because I've had them in my head for so long. Let me show you an example of what I mean. Right here, okay? This shot right here, this is the exact same spot on a bike with my daughter with years of time passage. And so the idea was, can I communicate that somehow? Can I communicate the bond that a father has with their child? And another reason and I'll be honest with you, another reason I refused to just do something else and not film it was, I've made a lot of videos on this channel about my son. My son's been in them, and it's been great. I haven't really mentioned my daughter. I really wanted to put that out there, and I'm so proud of her. And so, yeah, I did it. And so to those of you who maybe were disappointed that you realized it was a commercial for Capture One, which, yes, you're right, technically it is, I'm sorry. That actually means a lot to me that you get upset, because that means you were emotionally invested in some way. So all I can tell you is, I hope what I'm saying now gives you some background on it, and understand that this video would have never seen the light of day if a sponsor hadn't come to me and cattle prodded me to make it. I get very busy. Things just get, shoved under the table. I forget things. And so they were able to bring that to the forefront and make that happen. That's what it is. And so that was the video that was put up today. I'll be honest with you, I didn't think it was ever going to see the light of day. And luckily, I was able to recover it. So it's all good. If you have any questions on it, though, let me know. But I think I've gone over it. Yeah, photography is everywhere, and that's the whole point. And actually, a lot of the shots in that video were done specifically to look like, and I had my family filming it. I had my son filming it. I want it to be accessible. I want photography and breaking boundaries with creativity, not to be for the slick Icelandic trip, right? But for someone, living somewhere in Wichita, right? You can be just as creative. Fine. But in order for that to happen, you need to find what inspires you. For me, it's my children. That's what inspires me, and showing the passage of time. But my message to you today, and the reason I've made this live stream today, is I want to tell you to find what inspires you, and you don't have to travel to do it. You don't have, you can if that's what inspires you, but you don't have to. You don't have to have fancy gear. What you need, though, is something that, this is my litmus test for knowing that I've made one of my best videos, and that is, if I'm in the editor and I'm editing it together and I start to have tears well up, I know I've got something that's meaningful for me, at least. So that was that. All right. Okay. I need a drink and to connect with some of you. Anyway, just so we're crystal clear, I am very appreciative of all the comments, every single one. Thank you so much for your feedback because it helps me grow as a YouTuber, if you can call it that. It helps me grow. And it's all good. We're all good. Okay. So let's see here. Oh my goodness. Inscrutable Owl, thank you. I know who you are. I never know if I should say people's real names. My rule when I call out stuff is if your name is on the thing, I'm going to say it. But if you use a username, I'm going to say the username, maybe for privacy reasons. Okay, so who else do we have here? We got Aaron. Well, I already said Aaron. Laura, Peter, how you doing? We've got David. Good to see you. I think I saw you you were here last few times I was doing this. Tim. Good to see you. I'm really glad you're here, pal. And we got Michael and, of course, Mr. Jarvel. There he is. Astromechanic. Cool, cool. Okay, so enough of the video today. Let's talk about, well, future plans. Where are we going to go? Well, first of all, we got to have a new studio. So I got to bring you all in here and have you over for lunch, right? And show you the studio. But anyway, yes, I'm going to close that chapter, which has been open since December 10th of I'm building a new studio and I need to close that out. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the new studio, to be honest with you, but I want to share it with you. And so that's going to be the very next thing. After that's done, this Monday, we have a Tech Monday in which I'm going to save some people's butts with these drives if I can get that done on time. There's a little camera you may have heard of. It is time. It is time for, can we focus? There we go. It is time for a review. I have used this long enough. I have used this long enough to be able to look at this lens and tell you what I think about it. What I will say right now is that it's not a simple yes or no. There's a lot of depends that goes with this camera, good and bad. This is a complex camera and there's a lot to it. And so I don't think I've made video reviews of products that I've used for maybe 4 hours, okay? Not lenses, but more like tech stuff, little goofy things, clamps and stuff like that. I'll go through them quickly. You can't do that with this. In fact, I needed more time with this camera than I did the X-T4. And with each Fujifilm camera that comes out, I'm obviously having to now compare it and give recommendations on that. So when the X-T4 came out, it was really all about, well, compare it to the X-T3. Which one should you get? Well, now we have, not only should this be compared to the X-T4 and the X-T3, but should we also bring in the XH into the mix? And it's a complicated video, but that is what I am working on right now. That is my singular focus now that the redesign is behind me. The other one is I've got quite a few lenses to review, a backlog. So sponsors, no more lenses. I can't take any more lenses. I'm full up. I want to do a good job on the ones I have. I have a couple of your usual suspects, TD Artisan. I've got some cinema lenses as well. I'm going to be reaching out to Fuji and also reviewing the Fujifilm cinema lenses. I want to get some videos up on that. And of course, lots of other products to review. There will be another Capture One series of videos. I'm shooting one this week. It's a part 2 to the video that was published today. It is a sponsored video, but it's not going to be the personal side. It's going to be what happens when I get back into the desktop Capture One and what can I do with it now that I have it on the iPad, right? It's sort of a going from mobile to desktop and showing how to do that. And there are 2 video training series that I'm getting right back into ASAP. One is the Capture One Pro version 23, but I'm going to start over at the beginning with C-Spot Run for people that are not familiar with Capture One, and then bring it up to more advanced topics. And then the other series is the Flash Basics. I think we're up to number 4 now in that tutorial. And there's just some other tech things I don't want to get into right now, but there's a lot of activity happening on the channel. So yeah, in terms of, other things, honestly, these electronic campfires are, unless you don't think they're worth me doing, but I'm thinking about, now that I have the new studio here, I'm thinking about doing them not every week, but every 2 weeks. So we do them every 2 weeks. And I don't want to just only have them on Friday because some people cannot make it on Friday. So they'll usually be on Friday, but maybe every now and then I'll alternate one and drop one on Saturday or Sunday maybe, or maybe during midweek, occasionally, so that I can reach everybody gets a chance to drop in live who normally might have to work at this time. Okay. All right. So let's see. Anybody have any questions for me? Questions about the new studio, about any of the videos you've seen? I'll do my best to answer. The big thing obviously is the T5. And yeah, it's funny because it was, I got to say, it felt really good that Fuji sent a camera over here before it was released for me to review. I mean, Fuji, if you're watching this, I don't take that lightly. That was a big deal, and so if you have any questions, I've done most of the review already, so I'm kind of closing out that, but I'm still open to answer them. Put them in the comments. Any questions you want to see specifically. This bothers me. Hold on. There we go. Any questions you want to see specifically answered about this camera, and I will do my best to do it in the video. Okay. Obviously I can't cover everything, but maybe a lens combination you're particularly interested in. And I still stand by the 18 to 55, which I did a video, I think it was earlier in the week, about. Still think that should be your first lens for Fuji. Prove me wrong. So, okay. Let's see here. Will Capture One have an app for Android? I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. My guess is probably, because now that I see them going into, iPad and tablet workflow, although to be honest with you, it would be a very limited version. How much can you do in a tiny little screen, right? So I don't know what they would add, but I would guess they would. I would think they would absolutely make one for Android, sure. 18 to 300. Yeah, Mr. Jarvel, agree for sure. 16 to 55. Okay. Yeah, I am doing the 16 to 55 for sure. That's one of the lenses that I am talking about with this camera in the review. Absolutely. Okay. Let me go and look here. Now, let's see. PASM dials that are ergonomics. I'm going to cover that for sure. Now, have I missed anybody's? No, I'm good. Hi, Paul in London. Good to see you. Good to see you. Eugene, nice to see you too. Christopher, got lots of people. Okay, so I have about maybe 10 more minutes, and then I've got to drop off. It is my wife's birthday, so we're going out. And, it's a great way to... Oh, somebody's in here. Somebody just walked in. Hi. Oh.
It's your midway.
It's my midway, my drink. I just got finished telling them it's your birthday.
Not today, yesterday.
Okay, well, close enough.
But I have a gift for you.
You have a gift for me.
Now, okay, he doesn't know which camera's on. Where am I looking?
It's that camera, okay, and then there's the mic.
And I look horrible. I didn't even prepare to be on the screen. Anyways.
It's all right. They're a kind audience.
Forgiving.
You look great.
Thank you. Yesterday was my birthday, but I have a gift for Chris, and this is something that he doesn't know what this is.
I don't. What is this?
And I've been promising him since his teardown of the last studio. I said, I've got a gift for you, but you can't open it until...
I'm going to need a drink. I don't know what this is.
And so he didn't even want to open it in front of you guys. I said, but you have to because it's kind of fun. And There you go. I'm sorry the wrapping is
That's
cruddy.
okay. That's
it's recycled.
That's good. All right. Let's see. Thank you.
You're
Let's
welcome.
see. I don't know what it is yet. Oh. Oh. Okay. Great. Oh, man. Really? Okay. We have a story coming. Is that it?
That's it.
Really?
What do you mean, is that it?
No, I mean, I just, okay.
Come on.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See, now you gotta tell the story.
I'm gonna tell the story.
What this is. Okay. See, I told you it would be.
This is awesome. No, this is really cool.
Okay.
I'm just worried about tonight. But
no.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Okay. Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. So this. This is from a movie, all right? And it's a key. I'm going to actually show it to you, and you tell me if you know what it's from. Okay. Any guesses? Any guesses? This is from the movie 1408. It's a scary horror movie, okay, with John Cusack and Samuel Jackson. And it's basically like a haunted house type movie, but it takes place in a hotel in New York City, which actually makes it scarier. You know what I mean? When you have like a haunted, creaky old house in the woods, that's been done to death. But to have it in a kind of a high-rise hotel in Manhattan, okay, and it's not obviously a classic horror movie in terms of, it's one of the greatest ever made. That's not it. But there's something about this movie that scares the hell out of me. And every time I see it, I have nightmares. And I mean nightmares, like I'll watch it and then, 2, 3 in the morning, I will wake up screaming, okay? I've watched every movie under the sun. I mean, I saw Exorcist when I was, 10. None of those movies did it to me. This one did. I'm going to have a nightmare tonight. I know it. So what this is this is the key to the room. And the funny thing about, and you should see the movie. The funny thing about the movie is, you know that there's some real evil going on in this movie because the hotel manager is Samuel Jackson. And Samuel Jackson is terrified and says, this is a really horrible room. He's terrified. You see the fear on his face. So if it's bad enough to scare Samuel Jackson, it's a bad room. And it's one. So she gave me this key, and I think that's a great little souvenir. So I will definitely find a spot for it in the studio. Maybe by talking about this, I will get over I don't know what this weird thing is that I have, but that movie absolutely scares me to death. And in fact, I was going to put that as a trivia question on Pal Detect Backstage, because on Pal Detect Backstage, I've got some trivia questions saying, which of the following are true, about Pal Detect, boom, 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 boom. And then I'm going to give the answers to that when I get a certain amount of subscribers. So this was going to be one of the things. It was going to be what movie scares Pal Detect more than anything else? 1408. So now you know, and you didn't have to join Backstage to find out. So anyhow, thank you, sweetie. That's what that's about. I did not expect that. She mentioned that she had a gift, and I thought, all right, maybe it'll be a little new studio on air kind of plaque. 1408 came out of nowhere. So yeah. Anyhow, okay, that's awesome though. That's a really cool gift. And yeah, she wishes me nightmares. All right. So anyhow, any other questions for me before I go today on this stream? I can't believe I got through this stream. I'm not kidding about the bad luck. I mean, it's been a rough month, and this feels normal now. Talking to you, being back here, and sharing this with you, and thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. I went to Atlanta ComicCon last weekend. And it was the first time that I had been recognized from the channel. Wasn't expecting that. And I wouldn't think that's even possible. I mean, yeah, I have 100,000 whatever, but so I'm walking around Comic-Con and this guy comes up to me, taps me on the shoulder, and he's like, hey, Pal Detect from the Pal Detect channel. And I was really touched by that. By the way, if you're watching, it was great to meet you. But it threw me. And part of the reason it threw me is because there's always this feeling, and I think every YouTuber has this, certainly every performer in front of a camera would feel this way, that there's the person you are that you're seeing right now, and then you switch off the camera, and then there's a different person, or there's, I think I'm actually the same, more or less. However, I always think, I don't want to let them down. I mean, I get nervous. I don't want to let them down. Maybe there's, so it was wonderful to be recognized and to have someone recognized from the channel, but I wasn't in the studio. I was just out and about at ComicCon doing my thing. And it was unnerving and it was good for me because I got to get, at least if that ever happens again, I have to get used to it and be okay with, and not think that, people would be disappointed in who I really am, right? There's always that little seed there. So just being honest with you. But that was something that happened I wanted to share. Yeah, I got recognized for, from being on YouTube, which, wow. it was weird. And it was really cool. It was fun. Yes, Gordon, I want to go to Germany again. Germany has some of the nicest people. I went to Rottenburg, Frankfurt. Anyway, I've been to a lot of places in Germany, and I kept getting pulled into bars. I mean, yeah, constantly. I don't think I paid for a drink once there, and it was frustrating because I felt so bad about it, but Germans are just so incredibly friendly. So, anybody else? Did anybody else go to ComicCon? Let me know. Because, I'm sorry if I didn't see you. I was running around with my family, doing my wife was in Comic-Con in a costume. She did a stormtrooper. Oh, I wish I had a picture I'd show you. But she won. She won the contest. So I was very proud of her. It was a lot of fun. Just to do normal stuff, I mean, honestly, I never thought I'd say this, but in some ways being out in, not crowds, but just being where there's other people, even if you're not talking to other people, even if you're not interacting with them, just being where there's other human beings for a change, it's a nice thing to have as a change, I think everybody should try it. Mr. Jarble, thank you. You did not need to do that. I will definitely tell her. She is probably watching this right now. If you are, sweetie, give him a big thanks. Okay, everyone. Martin from Ireland, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, Zemi, don't watch 1408. I'm telling you, that movie scares the, what. And I don't want to give it away why, but there are things about it that just freak me out. Yeah. Again, if something is scary enough for Samuel Jackson, I don't want to go anywhere near it. Cheers to Switzerland. Hi there. Okay, well, let me see. I don't want to miss anybody before I sign off. Yeah, I got to get going. You are all so awesome. Everyone is, there's so many people. All right, I'm going to read all the comments later on tonight. I get a transcript of them, so I'll do that. The next Electronic Campfire, number 21, will be not this week, but the following week. And it'll probably be a little bit longer. We'll do a more singular topic that we'll talk about, maybe a camera, something that'll be a little bit more photography goal focused. Today was sort of honestly, I did this for me. I needed to get back into doing this again. So in the new setup. So please let me know if the audio is okay, or actually better, just let me know if the audio wasn't okay, or if there were problems, because this is a completely new setup. Even though it looks similar, it's very new. Equipment, the way I've routed things, how the software, everything's different. Okay. So anyhow, that is about it. Oh my gosh, I'm scrolling down. I didn't see there was all these other ones that came in. Greetings from Norway. Hello there. Hello. Hi, Petra. Yeah, it freaks me out too. Michael is so correct. I'm just going to put this. Oh, I forgot to put these comments onto the thing. I got to do that. Hold on one sec. Where was that one from Michael? There we go. I'm going to put it right there. Great community, right? You ever see those videos where people do that? They're always like pointing to things. Three trends that need to go away. I'm going to end this video with 3 social media trends that need to go away in 2023. Number 1, putting the words "wait for it" in a video. You know what I mean? Wait for it. You see those all the time. Okay, we're done with that. Number 2, pointing to stuff on the screen. Like, you know what I'm talking about? They'll do this and then ding, something will appear, letters. It's getting a little out of hand, folks, okay? So the pointing all around. Although I should talk. I probably couldn't do this if I had to tie my arms to my sides. And what was the third one? Oh, the third one is you'll have a talking head video where someone's talking and you have open captioning text constantly appearing like in front of their face just to try drive engagement and views. Not that they are trying to help people who have difficulty with seeing or being able to read. And that's kind of, it's that thing, let's let that go. So three trends that should go away in social media, according to Pal to Tech. That was a little mini commentary inside this. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining me. I am going to now figure out how we can turn this off. This will be the first time doing it in the new studio. Okay. Whoop, no, that's the wrong button. Okay, whoops. All right. If you liked this live stream and you want to see more live streams, give it the like and subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for joining me around this electronic campfire today. You are all so awesome, and it is just an honor to make these videos for you. And I look forward to a lot more. We're going to ratchet things up around here. Okay? In the meantime, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you real soon. Take care.